How do we do pelvic floor exercises? So the pelvic floor is part of your core muscles. If you imagine like this bottle, so your pelvic floor is on the bottom. You've got your diaphragm, your breathing muscles at the top, your stomach muscles, your abdominal muscles at the front, and then your back muscles at the back. And they all make up your core muscles. Your pelvic floor muscle is located at the base of your pelvic cavity. It starts at your pubic bone and it runs all the way to your back near your coccyx and side to side on your sit bones. Imagine it a bit like a hammock. It holds in all of your pelvic area, like the bladder, the bowel, and during pregnancy is holding in your baby, the water, the placenta, all the things that are associated with pregnancy. So it takes a lot of weight. So doing your pelvic floor exercises are very important. Not only are they going to help with the birth of your baby, but it's going to help you postnatally as well, and for the rest of your life. So let's do some. So I am doing these sat on my birthing ball. I like sitting on the ball because it really lengthens my spine. I've got the natural lumbar curve in my back and I'm able to relax the rest of the muscles in my body, which is what you want to do because you want to be focusing on your pelvic floor. So taking a nice deep breath, I want you to bring all of your attention to the pelvic floor. So imagine that big muscle like the hammock. And what you're going to do is as you inhale, you're going to draw up the pelvic floor. Now, if you imagine that there is a string from your belly button down to the vagina, and you are going to inhale and you're going to draw that string up towards your belly button. So what you're aiming for is a lift. So taking a nice big inhale, drawing up that muscle. Now imagine that you are holding in a wee, holding in a poo, and holding in the bit in between, so where the vagina meets the cervix. So it's a big area, but if you have that in mind, you're going to get even more of a lift. So inhale, drawing it up as much as you can. Lengthen that inhale, and then as you exhale, you release. Release the muscle down. If you feel like you're not sure if you're locating that muscle, you can bring your hands onto your lower abdomen. And as you inhale and you draw up, you should feel a slight pulling, a slight tightening in your abdomen. Or you can bring your hands onto your perineum, the bit between the vagina as it comes down to the anus, and you should feel a tightening there as well as you inhale and tighten the pelvic floor. Tightening the pelvic floor is very important, but so is learning how to release it. Your baby has to go through the pelvic floor to be born. So at that moment, you want the pelvic floor to be released. So you can do these anywhere. I used to do it as when I was pregnant, as the kettle was boiling. You don't need to do it for very long, but it's a really good habit to get into throughout pregnancy and then to take that kind of through the rest of your life. Not only will it help with bladder control as you get older, but it would also improve your sex life. So there you have it, your pelvic floor exercises and how to do them.